Sawadee Cup and welcome to another Thailand Tuesday here for the Funky Pod. It's Tuesday and you know what it means. And as I promised last week, this time it's not about aplastic anemia, it's not about sick disease and so on. Even though, for those who do care, it's going quite okay so far. Still lots of medicines, lots of mood changes, all of those things, bruising and so on. But for what it is, it's powering through. So I'm very impressed so far. Okay, but I promised no aplastic anemia, so let's jump into it. And let's jump into my favorite topic, because I just came back from the worst day each year. The worst day each year for me is Visa Day, Visa Extension Day. And it shouldn't be, because I know I have all the documents. I don't need any favors. I do everything by the book, obviously. I have an employer. My employer prepares all the documents. There's nothing illegal. I follow all the steps. I work for a part government institution, so there's nothing that could go wrong, in theory. Nevertheless, this is the most anxious I am all year long when I go to that government complex. It's a very intimidating complex, like when you go there for your visa, in Bangkok at least. In the beginning, before I moved to Bangkok, I did it at the immigration outside of Bangkok, because you have to do it where you are registered. And the immigration outside of Bangkok, they're very chill. It's not intimidating at all. It's like some small offices somewhere. It took 2 hours max, and then I was done all the time. Now, in Bangkok, you go to the big government complex, very intimidating. It's insanely huge. It has a shopping mall in the ground floor, for example. A shopping area. Food courts and whatnot. It's huge. It's very intimidating. You have to be there super early to get a queue number. So I arrived at 6 a.m. They open at 8 and the counters for the visa open at 8:30. So I was there at 6 a.m. and I was number 19. Fun fact, I was the only person waiting there, because everybody else paid someone off whatever they're doing to get a number. And then you come later, you give the money to whoever you pay off, and then you just queue there. I thought about I should do this too, so I can sleep longer, but I'm too German for that. I'm not bending the rules or anything. So, but for an hour or so, I was the only person sitting there, because everybody else just got sent somewhere there, get me my number, and then they all came later. Interesting. All right, so I'm sitting there at 6 a.m. Tired AF, obviously. The staff that hands out numbers, so some stuff has to be there on a makeshift counter, basically in front of the office. What visa do you need? Okay, you have the documents. Yes. Okay, here. If you speak a little bit of Thai, they're also happy. They usually smile at you. I'm always happy. I see that she's happy. Every year when I go there, and I talk Thai instead of English. Then they're like, you speak Thai, nice. And then at least they're happy. So then I got my number 19, sitting down. All right, cool. Gonna wait 2 hours now. Then it's 8. Nothing happened. And nothing. I was like, isn't it? Am I supposed to go in now? But nothing. They will say, okay, we're open now. Let's go in. So then at around 8:15, 8:20, it finally opened. So okay, cool. Let's go inside. I had to go to the toilet the whole time, but I was like, I can't go now because it's gonna open anytime. I don't want to lose my spot. So then we went inside, and you go into the first counter. Then you have to say which type of service you need. Non-B visa. The work visa, 90 days, marriage, whatever. So I get my work visa. They give you a new number. Okay, for work visa counter, that's your number. Mine was number 6 this time, which is pretty nice actually. If you're less than 40, your chances are okay that you make it through before the lunch break. If your number is over 40, you're probably not going to make it before lunch break. The lunch break is at 12, and everything shuts down. Every counter closes 12 to 1. Everything is closed. Fantastic. Okay, but number 6, awesome. So, 6 a.m. being there, waking up at 5 a.m., totally worth it so far. Okay, then I go to the counter. And I made the mistake of not copying my passport page. So you have to bring lots of documents. You have to copy your work permit, every single page. You have to copy your passport, every single page. I brought it, obviously. I also don't forget to copy your TM6, your arrival card, and your 30 and your 90 days extension. Okay, so I had all this. I was like, the first time that I didn't forget anything, I have everything. Then the officer complains about that it's not just photocopies. It's I took a picture, basically like a scan with an app, scanned it, and then printed it. And it was like bigger, like larger than a photocopy. It was just enlarged, which I thought, hey, you can read it better. Isn't that nice? No. So I had to go down. They have a copy shop downstairs. She's like, now you go down, copy everything again, come back, bring it to me again. All right, great. Took all of those pages, went down, copied it again, came up again, gave it to her. Forgot one page on my passport. She copied it herself. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Then she reads through all my stuff from university, right, from my employer, and then she's like, "Hey, there's some wording wrong. My Thai wasn't good enough to understand that. So my Thai is okay, but not good enough for like those specific words." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I said in Thai, I don't quite get it right now. What do you mean? And she's like, "Oh, just call your staff." I'm like, "Okay." I called university staff on the phone. She told her she has to change some wording in there. From what I understood, it was like that we have different registration places, like where our universities, like one is like outside of Bangkok, one is in Bangkok, and I think the address was just for the one outside of Bangkok, so they had to change it for that inside in Bangkok, I think, as far as I understood it. Okay. Did that, and my staff sent me the new document via line. I went down, I printed it out. My staff said, like, print in color. I'm like, oh no. Sure, okay, print in color. Gave it back to the staff, then upstairs again. Always like squeezing in between like numbers being called up, waiting for one person to finish. Then I'm like, sorry, here, I just need to hand this in very quickly. And then she looked at it, she's like, you got it very fast. And I'm like, yeah, my staff just sent it. She's like, holds it up against the light because it was a color print. She's like, is that hand signed? And I'm like, I don't understand your question. She's like, call your staff. And then she told to talk to our staff again. And then the staff was like, no, that's not hand signed. It's like an e-signature. She's like, yeah, we don't accept that. All right, didn't accept e-signature. And that's annoying, but understand that's them the rules, right? Understood. More on this in just a second. Okay, then the rules. Okay, she said, hey, you can't get a visa right now, but because today is the deadline for your visa, it expires today, you get an extension, 3 weeks. Here's a new form. Fill that out, like 2 new forms. You get a visa extension for like 3 weeks. Within those 3 weeks, you come back, you hand in the missing paper, gonna be okay. All right, fair. Annoying, but okay, then the rules, right? Now on this, last few years, I always handed in that same paper, also just scanned, not hand signed, never a problem. But okay, it's the rules. I'm German. I understand the rules are the rules. Okay. Now, while I was sitting there and looking and waiting while she was asking a colleague whether or not they were going to accept the e-signature thing, there's so many. So the rule is you have to be there in person to extend your visa, no matter what. You have to be there in person. So they see your face, you get the stamp, then off you go. There are so many visa agents just handing in stacks of paper and they all get stamped through. And you're telling me that the issue is that my copies are too big, or that hand signed document, it doesn't count because the hand signature is electronically in 2023. So I understand, follow the rules, but we're measuring in like 2 different ways here right now. And I've lived in Thailand for long enough. I understand why. It just still bothers me. And I had to talk about it. So now we talked about it. Now I can move on. I ranted with one of my colleagues about it. I'm better. I had to get it out of the system. Even if I would have the opportunity, potential, money, whatever I need to do that and to get the easy way, I wouldn't do it because ethics. And I teach ethics not as a subject, but like subjects that are heavily related to ethics, mass media, communication, journalism, writing, whatever. So I would never be able. I'm German. I obey by the rules no matter what. So I would never bend the rules. I would never do that. But it still bothers me. It's like, oh my God, like seriously, you make me jump through all those loops, and you can see in my passport and my file that I've been living here for so long now. I obeyed by all the rules. I never do anything wrong. My contract's been extended for the last 10 years. what's up? And then those agents just like on the download, like, here, I've got a stack of paper. Like, here, okay, see you later. Please. But okay, hey, them the rules. And again, I'll be back within the next 3 weeks. And one thing was also that the staff complained about my passport being old. Like it's really old. It expires January next year. So I'm gonna get a new passport next year, obviously. Anyways, she's like, that passport is ugly. Look at this. It feels like it's 10 years old. And I use it all the time. When you travel, you need to use it all the time, right? So it's old. But it's still all the pages are in place. But she's like, if you come next time, you should have a new passport. Like, okay, I just checked with my embassy because see, I'm a good civilian here in Thailand, so I checked. But the next appointment at the German embassy for a new passport is like in 2.5 weeks, and then it takes like 5 to 6 weeks to actually get the passport. So sorry, Miss Immigration Officer, but I would need to keep using my effed up passport for a few more weeks. I'm sorry. Then I have to go there again to transfer the visa. All right, but that's the visa rant. Again, not complaining about the rules. Do I think they're antiquated? Yes, but they are there, so I follow them. I'm just complaining about all the other stuff that's happening outside of the rules. But hey, everyone who lives in Thailand knows that feeling. You've all been there probably. Everyone who doesn't live in Thailand, that's what you can look forward to. But it's only once a year, then it's done. It's all good. For me now, it's like a second time this year. Because I have to hand in the other paper. Let's see how that goes. Until then, I'll keep you posted. Let me know how you handle the situation. Maybe it's just me like being too anxious about all those things. Like So let me know how you handle this. Or don't you even feel the I saw so many people there just chilling there, being all relaxed, watching YouTube videos, listening to music while they wait. I was just staring at my phone and staring at the number the whole time. I'm like, come on, and my documents, checking everything all the time. I hate this. I hate this feeling. Okay, that's actually enough ranting, enough complaining. It's all in jest. Immigration people, don't be mad at me. Like I said, in the beginning, they were all super nice. They're smiling. All good. I'm just annoyed right now because I have to go again. And those agents, they can just go and do their stuff. So that's the only thing. Otherwise, I'm all okay. No hard feelings. I'll be back. Maybe I should not release the episode until I get the visa. Until then, let me know how you feel about it. Like, share, subscribe. You know it. Take care. Stay safe. Chok di. Sawadee Cup.